His Excellency former President Mahama Wayadi.
Yeah.
Say amputees na $10,000. Wayadi Papa is here Bonaba, so he's shown so a statesman. Because Ayana any anumne did almost a mere mobile.
Token $10,000 to be shared amongst the players. To be shared amongst the players.
After the successes and there is anything, the first point of call should be this office. We are not going to tolerate you using the state for your personal benefits.
Honorable Minister Mr. Mustapha Yusif has been in the news for few reasons, and we are going to today be diving into the fact of the issue, my opinion, and then the twist of it all. What really happened? It was after the Black Challenge, the amputees team won the recent AFCON game in Cairo, Egypt, and came back to Ghana and decided to visit the ex-president John Dramani Mahama, who doubles up to be the current flag bearer and also a statesman. It's very important to put that out there. So let us see what happened in all this. This is GH First Media.
Before you traveled, there was an effort to meet me to see how I could support in my own little way, like I've been doing. But unfortunately, I had traveled. But it didn't deter you. You still went. And I hear under quite difficult circumstances, you managed to play your hearts out and you brought the trophy. And so we're very proud of you. And we want to welcome you back warmly and to thank you for what you've done. And even though you didn't see me before you went because I was away, I have a little gift for you. It's a little token, $10,000 to be shared amongst the players. To be shared amongst the players, because I know that you went to some expense, you know, when you traveled out there. And so it's just a little token, and I'll continue to take an interest in what you do. We will give you the assistance that you need to continue to retain your trophy and even win more laurels.
That was His Excellency John Dramani Mahama addressing the Black Challenge after the return from Cairo after winning the trophy. His Excellency was clearly heard giving the Black Challenge some $10,000 to be shared among the players of the team. Now, let's listen to the Honorable Minister, what he's got to tell the amputees after they visited him. And then I'll give you my honest opinion.
What I want to add is that this is a national team. The team sitting here is not a club. It's not your private property. When you are going to Egypt, if I haven't signed for you to represent our country, you cannot be there. So that is to the management who are here. And it is not only to you, but to entire national team. Once it's a national team and you are going to represent our flag, anytime you come, that's why when you are going, I delegated my director of FNA to come with you in Egypt. I made sure that communication went to the ambassador who is representing the president to make sure that whatever is supposed to be done, courtesies and protocols are accorded to you because you are representing our country. So when you come, after the successes and there is anything, the first point of call should be this office. We are not going to tolerate you using the state for your personal benefits. Once you come, all of us will then be taking, making sure that whatever benefit that is supposed to accrue to you, just like we did in the previous time when you came, the $2,000 you all received never came into my pockets. It was for you because you represented us and you performed. And similar opportunity will be given to you. But if you realize that this time when you landed, unlike last year, yeah, but this is important. I just want the media to know. Unlike last year when you came here directly. This year you started going from one place to another place without even records to the government who sponsored you. And that cannot be tolerated. I have to put it to you, not only you, any national team. If it's your personal club, a private club, that is fine. That is your club. As national team, once you come, you should know that you are representing the government, the states. So that is what I just want to tell you.
Right. Now, my honest opinion on this. Let us call a spade a spade. Regardless of which party is in power or in government, let us be frank. If a national team goes to a tournament and returns, the first point of contact is to the sports ministry, and if a trophy is won, possibly could be presented to the president of the country, because they went in the name of the country. And so it is just normal and a normal practice amongst all the national teams that whenever they return from such tournament and they happen to win the tournament, the trophy is presented to the sport ministry and then to the government or the president of the nation. It's courtesy. It's to show respect. It's to say, you sent us on an errand. This is the result. It's respect. I think this is done almost everywhere. And so for the minister to mention that the Black Challenge should have presented or called on the ministry, I think it's in the right direction. To be honest with you, it doesn't matter who is in government. That is the right thing that's supposed to be done. But my little problem is this.
So I've asked the president of the Ghana National para team. We have seen that you have received a lot of donations, which is good for us. You should account for it because it's for the state, it's not for you. And he has indicated that he will definitely come and account for it. And government will then see what we will do to complement whatever you have received already.
This is petty, immature, unprofessional, and below belt by all standard. By all standard, I mean. For the sport minister to be asking from the challenge, the Black Challenge, to come and account for the donations they received from other people, I have problem with that. Genuinely, I have problem with that. Because if you want them to account for that, what about the Black Stars? Recently, Baumia went and donated 500,000 Ghana cedis to the Black Stars. Are you telling them to come and account for it before you compliment whatever the government has for them? Let us be fair in our dealings with all the teams or with everyone that represents the nation. Not because they are amputees or disabled to say they should be treated differently. This is my honest opinion on this. They should have called on the government, especially the sport ministry, and then the sport ministry would decide whether to present them to the president or not. So this honestly should have been done. My honest opinion on this. But there is a twist on this, which has really changed my position and the way I saw the whole thing from the beginning. Apparently, from the previous experiences, the amputees or the Black Challenge had come back from tournaments and they were not allowed to see the sport ministry, to see the president, or even their allowances were not paid to them. They had to demand for it before it was finally paid to them. Is this a normal practice? As far as I am concerned, with the Black Stars, this is not the case. Unless probably the Meteors, the Satellites, the Black Queens. Yes, I agree. But if that is the case, can we really blame them? Can the sport minister really say what he said? Let us listen to Dan Kweku Yeboah, who we cannot speak Ghana football without mentioning his name. He's got a point to make on this. Let us listen to him.
His Excellency former President Mahama Wayade. Yeah. Say amputees na etumu $10,000. Wayade papa isi abona baso is shown so a statesman. Because ayana any anum did the almost same mobo. Say edu abatwa yekas oh ye na ye nipa bako. But omo ya they are clearly we discriminate against them. Inti omampeni da His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nyame nhyira say we hunu mobro ni mobo nyame nhyira wayade But it is also a reminder to the sports ministry. I am very disappointed in the sports ministry. Say, Team Akwaji African Cup of Nations, not even taking them to go and greet the president. How? It is a blast and Akwaji Nations Cup. And can say never treat you. Maybe to the extent that bonus is crying to ya. I don't want you Ghana for. What sort of administration are we running? Say Bob Blackstar and Guadia, the whole Ghana must come to a standstill. But any other Ghanaian or representing Ghana in any sporting capacity, what the only Ghanaian. There be sports ministry moment, sir. Honorable Mustapha, we dear. Come again. And no pay you have to arrange for the amputees to see the president. Not bonus ministry more than some of the mom. When you say we participate in one, there have been instances where even the able-bodied national teams, ministry there are precedents. But this time, the whole of Africa, Ghana amputee team no champion. Defending champion. Now you cry any bonus crying to ya. Even just say the co-chair president Krama Shen Kran say even though I'm disabled, no means or mine recognize me. No ministry near the blast edge. What is this?
All right. Now this and many others out there is what precipitated the change of my mind from my original position on this issue. Look, there are so many commentaries out there, but I chose to feature Dan Kweku Yeboah because of his importance and prominence in Ghana football. Now, he mentioned only two things. The amputees or the black challenge were not allowed to see the president. Not only in this instance, but in the previous instances. This was not said by him, but there are so many, as I mentioned, commentaries out there. The black challenge were not allowed to see the president when they returned. Mind you, they won the 2021 AFCON Cup. So this was a defense. They defended the cup and again won it in this 2024. Their allowances that was due them or that were due them were not paid. But you can hear in the video the minister mentioning that they had paid them $2,000. That $2,000 was a tug of war before it was finally paid them. Now, if these people were not allowed to see the president, let's think. They came, they won the cup, they were not allowed to see the president. Their bonuses were not paid them. And hearing from John Mahama, it is something he had been doing. This is not just the first time. They call on him every now and then, and he always supports them. So it's not a one-off thing, it is something he's been doing. And so it's not news that John Mahama was called upon by these guys. And so if he decided to support them, where lies the qualms? Why is the sport minister so fuming? And I know for a fact he's angry. His demeanor is what it is because the team called on John Dramani Mahama. Of course, it's politics. We all know this. It's a game. It's all politics. Why did they not call on him, Yusif Mustapha? Why should they call on Dramani Mahama, who is the opposition leader, who is contesting them? Why should they call on him? This is all politics. I took initial position that they should have called on the ministry. But if the facts are just what we have heard, then it is what it is. You reap what you sow. So the minister should suck it up and do better next time. This is GH First Media. We say just as it is without fear and favor. Thanks for listening.